Welcome to TechBuzz HQ. Today, we're discussing a major milestone in the exciting world of renewable energy. According to a new report, wind and solar power have overtaken gas as Europe's biggest source of electricity. This is a huge step forward for the transition to a cleaner and more sustainable energy system. So, let's take a closer look at what this means and why it's so important. To start, let's take a quick look at the numbers. In 2020, wind and solar power accounted for 38% of the electricity produced in the European Union, which stood at just 14% a decade ago. Gas, on the other hand, made up 37%. This marks a significant shift from just a few years ago when gas was the dominant source of electricity in Europe. So, what's driving this shift towards renewable energy? There are a few factors at play here. First and foremost, the cost of renewable energy has been steadily declining in recent years. This is thanks to a combination of factors, including improvements in technology, economies of scale, and supportive policies from governments. In fact, the International Energy Agency, IEA, recently stated that renewable energy is now the cheapest source of electricity in most parts of the world. This is a game changer, as it means that renewable energy is no longer just a green option, it's also a smart financial choice. Another factor driving the shift towards renewable energy is growing public awareness and concern about climate change. People are becoming more aware of the urgent need to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and transition to a low-carbon economy. Governments and businesses are responding to this by setting ambitious targets for renewable energy adoption. The European Union has set a goal of becoming carbon neutral by 2050. This means that the EU will have to drastically reduce its reliance on fossil fuels and ramp up its use of renewable energy. The fact that wind and solar power have overtaken gas as the biggest source of electricity in Europe is a significant step towards achieving this goal. In Spain, the government has set a target of 74% renewable electricity generation by 2030, which is expected to create around 45,000 new jobs in the renewable energy sector. In Germany, the Energiewende, or energy transition, has led to the creation of over 300,000 jobs in the renewable energy sector. According to a report by Ember, a UK-based climate think tank, wind and solar power overtook gas as Europe's largest source of electricity in 2020. This is a historic milestone in the continent's transition to clean energy, and it is a testament to the immense potential of renewables. Moreover, renewable energy can create new jobs and stimulate economic growth. According to a report by the International Renewable Energy Agency, the renewable energy sector employed 11.5 million people globally in 2019, and this is expected to grow significantly in the coming years. But the transition to renewable energy isn't without its challenges. One of the biggest challenges is the intermittency of wind and solar power. Unlike gas or coal-fired power plants, wind and solar power depend on weather conditions, which can be unpredictable. This means that energy storage solutions are needed to ensure a reliable supply of electricity. Fortunately, advances in energy storage technology are making this more feasible. Batteries, for example, are becoming cheaper and more efficient, making them a promising option for storing excess renewable energy. In addition, other energy storage solutions, such as pumped hydro and hydrogen, are also being developed and tested. Another challenge is the need for new infrastructure to support renewable energy. This includes not just new wind and solar farms, but also new transmission lines and smart grids to manage the flow of electricity. Governments and businesses will need to invest in this infrastructure to ensure that renewable energy can be integrated into the grid seamlessly. Of course, there are also some who are resistant to the transition to renewable energy. Some argue that renewable energy is too expensive or unreliable, or that it will lead to job losses in the fossil fuel industry. However, these arguments are becoming increasingly difficult to justify as the cost of renewable energy continues to fall and the benefits become more apparent. Another angle to consider is the potential for renewable energy to address energy poverty and increase energy access in developing countries. Many developing countries have limited access to electricity and rely heavily on expensive and polluting diesel generators. By investing in renewable energy, these countries can not only reduce their carbon emissions but also improve energy access and reduce energy costs for their citizens. Finally, it's important to consider the role of individuals and communities in the transition to renewable energy. While large-scale wind and solar farms are important, small-scale renewable energy projects can also play a significant role in the transition. For example, individuals can install solar panels on their homes or participate in community solar projects. By empowering individuals and communities to take part in the transition to renewable energy, we can create a more sustainable and equitable energy system. So, what does the shift towards renewable energy mean for the future of electricity? In short, it means that we are on the right track towards a cleaner and more sustainable energy system. The fact that wind and solar power have overtaken gas as Europe's biggest source of electricity is a major milestone, and it shows that we are making progress towards a low-carbon future. However, there is still much work to be done. We need to continue investing in renewable energy and energy storage. Thanks for joining us on TechBuzz HQ as we explored the exciting world of autonomous driving. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe to our channel for more cutting-edge tech content. And as always, feel free to share your thoughts and questions in the comments below. Until next time, this is TechBuzz HQ signing off.